Yes, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Doctor Who has returned with the 60th anniversary episodes, and they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. I don't care about Doctor Who. I enjoyed it when it came back, and it was Eccleston, Matt Smith, David Tennant, people like this. They were good. Like they were good episodes. I enjoyed those episodes. But it's come back. It went way off the deep end. It came back, and I was only aware that this thing even happened because Star Beast was trending on Twitter. Now, Star Beast was the original title for Alien at one point. So I was like, Star Beast? Yeah, man. Click on it. And then it comes up with this weird BBC Doctor Who after party thing where what's his face is discussing dead naming. And I'm like, what the fuck? This ain't Alien. This ain't no Star Beast that I know about. Turns out Doctor Who had an episode called The Star Beast. And it was pretty big on lecturing and people hate it, ladies and gents. People hate it. And people are going, it's being review bombed. No, it's not. It's not at all, because we're going to get into some of those reviews. Those reviews are really quite articulate. They are eloquently rip apart Doctor Who in a fantastic fashion. So we're going to get into all of this. What's everyone's association with Doctor Who? Do we know about this yet? Are you aware of this nonsense that occurred with this current episode? Culture, Tom, what do you reckon?
I am not a Whovian, so go ahead.
Well, and Spencer here does a great job with the article, but yeah, you've got a pronoun. You've got the Doctor being chastised for being a pronoun, but not using proper pronouns. You had people calling. Oh gosh, I forget her name's Adonna's daughter, I believe, which of course is a person that is no longer what they were. Changed their sex. Yeah. I'm being careful.
I know.
But that there was constant, praise of just how beautiful they were, et cetera, and how great they were, et cetera, et cetera. The whole thing. I mean, like 7 or 8 references to that. But it was really all woke themed, intersectional feminism themed, and ultimately, again, the Doctor ends up looking like a fool. And again, he's being lectured for being cis white male.
Fantastic, love it. But I think the funny thing is about all of that is he's being introduced to these concepts, and actually, if you knew anything about the Doctor, he would already know these concepts.
Yes,
he's like, he has omniscience, almost, right? So he wouldn't be like, oh, what's that? He'd be like, yeah, I know what that is. I encountered it when I was on this jaunt across this time and space. But no, apparently not. So no, let's take a look, ladies and gents. Let's take a look. So Doctor Who dives off the progressive deep end as the latest special sees the Doctor lectured on pronouns, chastised for being male presenting. That's right. You can't even look like a bloke anymore. Just as a side note, ladies and gents, and there are some women that like to frequent this podcast, it's okay to be a man. Like, it's fine. It's good to be a man. Embrace your masculinity. And I sincerely do mean that. Not, slight tangent, but not the men, what is it, MG Tau, whatever it is, is that what it is?
MGTOW?
You're muted, culture.
Oh, MGTOW, it's men going their own way.
Yeah. Don't embrace that element, or the sort of egotistical posturing element of masculinity, which is quite comical because I just showed you my car, but I've got all these nice fancy cars and blah blah blah, all this kind of. Don't embrace that. Just be a proper man. It's fine to be a man. Anyway, I'm moving on a little bit. Let's go. So
I don't need no woman because I got better things to do right now. I would like to have a woman once in a while, and I try to do that, but
eat your Walmart turkey.
Shit.
Is that what
exactly? I'll go get Walmart turkey.
Okay. Well, anyway, look,
I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look. So, titled "The Star Beast," which again was a reference. I thought was I thought Twitter was talking about Alien, but apparently not. So Star Beast is the first of these 60th anniversaries, making its BBC debut November 25th, otherwise known as the series' 60th anniversary. The Doctor's latest adventure centered on the mystery raised in the previous special, The Power of the Doctor, regarding the titular protagonist's till then unheard of regeneration into a previous incarnation. So featuring the return of David Tennant. This was just bait. It was like, please bait. Just please watch me. That's all they did. And it was massive bait. So David Tennant came back, and we had Catherine Tate, who doesn't remember her time at his side. So further to the Doctor's confusion is the fact that Donna and her husband Sean Temple are now parents, as he soon makes the acquaintance of their male to non-binary female presenting transgender daughter, Rose.
Yes. And that's a mouthful.
Are you fucking for real? Was that actually what it was?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to say.
Male to non-binary female presenting
transgender daughter. Yes.
What the fuck is even that?
That doesn't make any sense. That is a whole bunch. You know when we
male to non-binary female presenting transgender daughter.
One at a time. There used to be a thing in the English language which was a double negative, where you'd say something and it obviously cancels itself out, so then it becomes on. This is a double negative. What the fuck? Tom, go.
I was going to say, this entire time, every time I try to talk, I get interrupted. But yeah, no, at this point, I don't give a shit. I don't even remember what the fuck I was going to say. It's just, it's such fucking nonsense. Yeah,
I think there's a delay, buddy. Yeah, this is nonsense. So portrayed by actress Yasmin Finney. So notably, Rose's transgender identity is confirmed by a scene near the beginning of the episode. Of course it is. Therein, while helping her mother carry some items from their car into their home, Rose is mockingly catcalled by a pair of passing young men with the use of her original name, Jason. Oi, Jason, you're right. Looking good, Jason. And this is part of the BBC thing that I watched, was the whatever his face is, the writer was talking about, well, Jason actually means this and actually means that. And it's like, so you're praising the name, but then you didn't use it anyway. So I'm confused with where your motives lie in all of this. It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, from there, mother gets all mental, etc. And then before he can discover any answers to either mystery, the Doctor, Donna, and Rose are caught up in the universe-conquering machinations of a small white furred creature known as the Beep of all the Meep. Which is that a riff on what Gina Carano did? Maybe beep bop boop.
I don't think good so. I think it's coincidental.
No, it just sounds like a fucking British thing.
Well, I mean,
that's not British. But
well, the beep of the meep. Okay. The topmost of the poppermost. That kind of crap. Okay, sorry.
This comes from a comic book, by the way. The Beast comes from a comic book, a Doctor Who comic.
Yeah. So, believing the Meep to be a simple sacred creature, the Doctor proceeds to offer him its assistance in returning home, declaring to Donna and her confused family, yes, the Meep, I promise I can help him get home. Then you'll never see me again. However, this declaration catches the attention of Rose, the male to non-binary transgender female presenting person, who proceeds to passively aggressive chastise the Doctor. You're assuming he is a pronoun.
Boy, do I hate this dumb, stupid, moronic period.
Why the fuck is this in Doctor Who?
Good question.
In turn, the Doctor affirms, true, yes, sorry, good point, before proceeding to ask the creature, are you a he or a she or a they? Or maybe it's just a fucking alien, so it doesn't have anything. My chosen pronoun is the definite article. I am always the Meep. Yeah, exactly.
Why would it even know what a... I give up.
Me too.
Yeah. That's my stance as well, to be honest. From there, after being unwittingly tricked by the Meep's meek act into aiding in its plans, the Doctor, Donna, Rose, and Sean find themselves taken prisoner by the creature's forces. But in a shocking twist, while attempting to escape from captivity and stop the Meep, the Doctor discovers, and buckle up non-Whovians, as this section gets a little hard to follow if you're unfamiliar with the series, that not only was the half-human, half-Gallifreyan entity known as Dr. Donna still present within Donna's mind, and preventing her from accessing her full memories, but that a portion of the human Time Lord meta-crisis energies which originally birthed her had been biologically passed on to Rose.
Of course.
Upon this realization, in a callback to his earlier scolding, the Doctor and Donna come to realize that the reason Rose was able to receive the meta-crisis energies was thanks to her non-binary identity. Because like her, the Doctor is male and female.
There you go.
Realizing that the entity's extra brain power could be the key to defeating the Meep, the Doctor then proceeds to unlock the power of Dr. Donna from within both Donna and Rose's mind, allowing them both to access individual and separate parts of the vast knowledge and processing power possessed by the collective.
This show's dead.
What the piss, mate?
Yeah.
And then what's this? We know everything. Thanks. Rose then chimes in.
And then they say, you know nothing. There it is.
And you know nothing.
Yeah. I lost my stuff, man. I'm like, okay, this is, yeah.
It's a shame you're not a woman anymore, because she'd have understood. Piss off,
demeaning.
BBC. And this, ladies and gents, is why the people don't pay their TV license in the UK anymore. We've got all the power, but there is a way to get rid of it, explains Rose. Something a male presenting Time Lord will never understand. But he is both male and female.
You don't even get me started, dude.
What?
The machinations they have to go through to try to make any of this dumb crap identitarian.
This is insane. So anyway, naturally, people didn't like this. If you can believe it, ladies and gents in the chat, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. Can you believe it? The bigots, the racists, the phobes, the whatever you want to call it. They're just bigots. Of course they are. And then they took to Rotten Tomatoes and they review bombed with very well thought out reviews. So let's take a look at some of them. I mean, what a review bomb this is. I mean, goddamn, so much there. It could have gotten back to its roots and again back trust to their audience if Disney wasn't involved and the people who made this shoehorned the message, because now it showed to be a pandered mess. And that whole thing from the past that had a bittersweet end, that if she remembered the Doctor, she might not make it. This gives the past a middle finger. God, what a review bomb. What a review bomb. What a bigot. Because those powers she had also transferred to her daughter, which is also the show's message, they think was smart. But now it's just annoying. I do not recommend watching this. Doctor Who as a franchise is dead thanks to these guys, both Disney and BBC.
Yep.
Pandaverse was right. What a shame. A real new rock bottom to the show. I mean, there's copious amounts of this. There are some people that liked it, but the thing is, not many people did, because obviously it's got like a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. And people lost their collective mind saying that it got review bombed. And if you go to Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, people are like, pronouns and right wingers. Am I right? Enjoy all 12 of you watching this complete bag of shit show then, because it's going to end. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it whilst it lasts. You're not consumers. You don't consume shit. So, yeah, enjoy the sweet demise, I guess, if that's really what you want. Anyway. Thoughts? Tom, I won't talk. I know there's a delay. What do you think, mate?
I really have very little to say about, this whole thing with Doctor Who, because I'm not a Whovian, but I'm not surprised considering this was one of the franchises that was most likely to double down on the stupid, I guess. I mean, let's be real. Other than that, yeah, I mean, what else can I say? Sorry to the Who fans.
I was hoping for a big rant from you, Tom.
I wish I had something to go on here. I mean,
you know what, though? I think you perfectly sum up what most people feel now. Apathy.
Yeah.
I've been
Well,
saying it for ages about Star Wars, Marvel, everything. Apathy. Just don't
I've
care.
just never really been a fan to begin with. That's part of it. So, I mean, I thought it
Yeah.
was okay. I seen it from time to time on PBS as a kid, but it's such a hard entry point show because there's so many
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that's fair
I
enough.
just don't even know where to start or where to begin or any of that. And then just with all the more modern stuff that I hear about, it's like, why even bother? You know,
Yeah,
this
that's
kind of a
fair
thing
enough.
is just a turn off to even, and that, I mean, I guess that's where I can come from it. Like you said, as far as somebody who's even a somewhat casual fan who may even think about
Mm.
getting into the show or the franchise, the modern stuff is just making me go, fuck that. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want to get into that. It's the same thing that happened with Game of Thrones. Like I was waiting for the show to be pretty much over with before I started binging it. And then the way the last season went and the fans reacted, that just turned me off from the idea of it altogether. So it's the same kind of
Yeah.
thing here. It's gotten to a point where you sure. I mean, considering what we do here, I probably should get into Doctor Who, but what's the point at this point? Right? It's done
No,
for. I mean,
you probably shouldn't, mate. I don't watch it. I don't care. I'm done with it. So no, I think you
why
did
torture
pretty fair.
myself with that, right?
Yeah, true. Very true. Culture. Come on now.
Doctor Who's been dead since 2017. So it kind of had started to decay anyway. I've it's not because it couldn't be done well, it's because it stopped being done well. And
Yeah.
now it's trapped in the garbage that it was for the last 5-6 years now. I don't know. There's no way out. I mean, you just brought back the guy that everybody thought was going to be the savior, and he backed up a dump truck full of dung and lit it on fire. So I can't get worked up about it anymore because I already was, years ago when it started to do this. So and you're right. I mean, apathy is the worst emotion a fan community can feel for a product because basically it means you've killed their fanaticism, their appreciation,
Yeah.
their joy, their exuberance. And
It's the worst thing entertainment can elicit as a response. Apathy.
yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this isn't the only thing that's done it. I mean, look at all the other franchises we've lost, as Tom was pointing out. I mean, it's like, Star Wars is dead, Marvel's dying, if not already dead.
I called it indoctrination Who.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Ooh.